I don't know if my story is a special story. There's not really a rhyme or reason to it. It's just, this is what I want to do and this is what I'm doing. I very rarely explain what I do to people. People will ask me, where do you work? What do you do? And I just say I travel around and see stuff. You know, a lot of people don't get it. It's definitely in the lower percentile of what people do. But I don't know. I don't know. The entity of Adam the Woo is a mystical thing that even I can't describe. So I think Nomad would be a good emphasis on what my name is. You may have heard the expression, the early bird gets the worm, but today here in New Orleans at 7 a.m., bright and early with the dew on the ground, the early bird gets the huge, gargantuan, 100 acres plus, abandoned Six Flags. I make what I like to discern as adventure videos. Not really one exact type of video per se, just me going out, leaving the house, going out into the great outdoors and filming stuff that I see that I find interesting. It's not one particular genre of any sort. A lot of people like the abandoned type videos, a lot of people like the movie locations, roadside attraction stuff. But I don't really focus on one of those. I just like to incorporate all of them into one quote-unquote adventure videos, where it's just me going out and seeing and doing stuff.
Come on with me now. Let's go take a look at the Old Town Saturday Night Cruise. Oh, I almost ran into that person. That was an accident. So sorry, man. Look at all the people out here that are excited about all the old cars here at Old Town. A lot of people out here drinking their beers, ready for the show and the car experience to start.
I am the most amateur filmer of all time. I used to hang out with a bunch of guys who do photography and take a lot of pictures of abandoned places. And I was never good with using a camera, nor am I good at filming with a video camera. But I figured I'd be better and more entertaining doing videos than I would trying to make a picture look good.
Sometimes out at these abandoned places, you'll find odd objects filled with liquid. What could this liquid be?
I throw a lot of humor into my videos, as opposed to a lot of other people who do videos like I do. They're very serious. Obviously, I'm probably not funny, but I try to entertain myself. Try to make it seem like a kid would be going out to a place, experiencing something.
Welcome everyone. Behind me is the old Silver Springs theme park, now an abandoned zoo. I'm gonna go take a look at what's inside. Join me, shall you?
Oh my gosh, it's so creepy in here. I see something and I think I have to go in there and check what's in there. Especially something that's closed or empty or something from the past. Especially if I have a memory in my head of what it used to look like, then I want to go see what is behind the curtain. Kind of like the Wizard of Oz, like what's behind that curtain. I've had the van for 5 or 6 years. I've only been doing videos for 4 years total. So really the van's always been in the equation. I've never really done videos without the van. It's always been a part of me. The van kind of is a part of the Adam the Woo entity. Well, it kind of worked out. I already owned the van. I was making payments on it because I was in a touring band. We always toured. And because the payments were so much on the van, I was always very bitter. I was working a regular job. I decided, well, instead of paying for my apartment, what if I move out of my apartment and just sleep in this massive van that I have? I'm gonna sell all my stuff, and anything that's not a necessity, I'm gonna get rid of it. Basically now, all I really need is what's in this van. To be owned by the things you own is a very difficult thing to overcome. A lot of memories in the van. A lot of parking lots I have slept in inside that van. It's like a mobile hotel room. I never know where I'm gonna wake up. Sometimes I forget when I wake up in the morning where I am, what city I'm in. Yeah, it's exciting. Wherever the wind blows, if it's blowing the way I want to go, then I just go that way. This is the van right here. This is where all the magic happens. And what I mean by magic is me sleeping. I have limo tent all around the edge there so you can't see in, as well as curtains in case somebody tries to shine a flashlight in. It's pretty dark in the back here. Got the air mattress. my clothes here and my laptop. And this is it. It's about as simple as it gets. Probably the most difficult things would be waking up like right now in the cold. It's pretty cold out here. I do have a plethora of blankets, including this 0-degree sleeping bag that's like a cocoon. You don't want to travel in the summertime because it's definitely too hot. And wintertime's the best time, you just got to bundle up. And then the other difficult thing would be security guards, especially at Walmart when they drive around. Sometimes they'll knock on the windows and tell you to leave. But other than that, it's pretty self-sufficient in here. It's actually pretty tolerable. Definitely was brought up very sheltered, and what I'm doing now is not sheltered. I'm just kind of out in the elements, kind of experiencing the world as an adult, seeing things and doing things. And it definitely has opened my eyes to how different people are. People are different, people have different beliefs. You know, not everyone is the same. I was born on August 10th, 1974, in a little town called Tupelo, Mississippi. I grew up in a very conservative Christian home. My dad was a minister, and my mom was a preacher's wife. I went to church every Sunday night, and Wednesday night Bible study. I also went to a Christian school through 7th grade. After that, I was homeschooled from 7th grade until 11th grade, and I took my GED when I was 17, so I actually never went to high school. So my whole social life was pretty much me, myself, entertaining myself. Being a preacher's kid is kind of like being in a military family, so you travel a lot. By the time I was 16 or 17, we had moved to 13 different towns. I lived in Oklahoma, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, Oklahoma. So moved all over. I've always been a fan of movies since I was a kid, 80s movies. I was always infatuated with how movies were made.
Hey there.
And then when the video camera came out, the old huge Griswold style vacation video cameras, I remember there was someone in my father's church who had one, let us borrow.
Welcome to Adam's Entertainment Guide.
And I was just hooked on making movies. And then when YouTube came about and technology advanced and you could get a camera for cheap, I just went that route and started making my own movies, my own little fun adventure videos.
I'm here today in one of the creepiest places out here. You'll never guess where I am. I'm on I can't even talk right now. I'm so frightened. I'm on the haunted property. Right over here is a mausoleum. Inside here is something.
The scariest places would probably be the places that are really dark and the floors are really sketchy, and if I'm by myself, and your mind plays tricks on you when you're by yourself. So that's probably the scariest times, is when it's dark, you don't know the condition of the floor, you might fall through, and you're completely alone. You combine those three things and it definitely messes with your head. There's been a few times I've went to enter a property and a police officer will be driving by and will just say, hey, don't go in there. But there's been times I've actually gone into really heavily posted no trespassing areas with police in the parking lots, and they've seen me there and they seem like they don't mind. So then I'll just go in and they don't even care. They have better things to do.
New information about a Disney World explorer we told you about back in November. We're learning he is now banned for life from the park. Adam the Woo has developed an online following after posting videos of himself sneaking into backstage areas of Walt Disney World that are off limits to the public. He says it's to please what he calls morbid curiosity.
Yesterday, I was at MGM/Hollywood Studios at Disney. A lot has happened in the last 24 hours. What am I referring to? It's a trespass warning. Right there. I'm not really thinking coherently at the moment, as you can tell. I'm kind of all over the place, because I'm never allowed to go back to Walt Disney World property. Courtesy of Orange County, Florida. Oh, it's good times. It's good times, everyone. Let's take a look at this tree right here. That's how I felt yesterday. I've fallen and I can't get up. That's how I felt. I felt dead inside.
Well, the curiosity got the best of me. I've always been very curious in my life and in making videos.
I've always been a Walt Disney World fan. Been going over 30 years.
So when I would go out to a theme park that I had been to a million times, and there was things I wanted to see, rides that had closed down, attractions that didn't exist anymore. So I'd go behind closed doors, film the stuff, and put it on the internet. They didn't really care for that idea very much. And what happens if I go back after now? I'm not really sure, but I am technically not allowed back out there until they appeal the ban, which they haven't done yet. It's been over a year since I've been back. No, I'm not angry at them at all. I'm not even really disappointed. I knew it was going to happen. So I'm hoping eventually they'll come around and we can talk about it and I'll be back.
I think they were pretty much going along procedure. In fact, one of the security guards has actually seen all my videos. I mean, he even said, hey man, I've done a lot of these trespass warnings and all that, and this is the hardest one I've had to do because I like what you do. So it's cool that the Disney folk who have entertained me for years have been watching my videos, and I've been entertaining them. So hopefully they keep watching. There's no hard feelings here.
It's almost like when you talk to someone in person, you never really know if they want to know what you're saying. Sometimes they're nice, they're not even paying attention to what they're saying, they're tuning out. If you're watching someone on a computer screen, if you're sitting there paying attention, either turn it off or you pay 100% attention to the whole thing. So it's almost like people pay more attention to you when you're in front of them on a computer screen than when you're actually talking to them in real life. It's pretty cool. When I first put the videos up, they weren't really getting a lot of views. A couple here and there would trickle in. You know, you get 10, 20, 30, 100 views. If I got 100 views, I get really excited about it. And then as they started to go more than that, I started to notice people were commenting on the videos, people I didn't know. And that excited me to think, wow, there's somebody out there that I've never even met that's watching my videos. I think it started off mostly for myself, hoping that people would stumble upon them. But as it's gone on, I've got so many followers. I really hate to use the word fans. I don't think I've ever really used that word. I kind of look at it more as a kindred spirit. People that are watching it, they feel like they're vicariously following me to a place they can't go. So I kind of look at it as like a friend, an extended friends or an extended family of people that watch my videos. I don't think there really is an end goal. I think I'm just doing it and seeing what happens. You bring up the TV aspect of it, that doesn't interest me at all. I make a little bit of money off of ads, but it's very little. It's just now gotten to the point where it's just, kind of broke the threshold a little bit where I receive a little bit of money from Google, but you have to get a lot of views. In order to get any kind of paycheck, it's all based on how many thousand views you get. Most of my income is basically based off t-shirt sales. About a year ago, I started a t-shirt shop. So if someone buys a t-shirt, it goes into a fund, and then every couple months I get a direct deposit, which helps put gas in the van.
I'm just taken back by this whole YouTube phenomenon, the interest you guys have in me. I just want to say thank you for this. I can't say it enough.
Every couple of days somebody would send me $20, $30. Hey, put a little gas in the car, get yourself something to eat. I love your videos, keep making videos. And a lot of people will send me emails saying, hey, I pay for cable, I pay to go to the movies, I'm watching your stuff for free. So for me, sending you $20 to put in your gas tank really doesn't make a big difference in my life. Considering I sleep in the van, there's really not a lot of expense for living other than just buying some food, gas, van insurance, and that's about it. When am I gonna settle down? When am I gonna get my own place? I really don't know the answer to that. I think it's just one of those things that when it hits me, it hits me. But for now, that's not really my focus. My focus is just to travel and film things and see things and do stuff. It's definitely very difficult to keep in contact with people other than a text message or a phone call. Definitely the relationship aspect is always tough because I'm never in one certain area. When you're traveling, it's kind of hard to have one particular person that you're, always talking to or always hanging out with. So, you're gone for 3 or 4 months and you come back and your friends have moved on to other friends and vice versa. So I've definitely lived probably more in the last 2 or 3 years of my life than I've lived in the rest of my life. I'll go out and I'll film a bunch of stuff for 6, 7 months. I'll visit somebody that lives in a certain part of the country that I'm a friend with, and then they'll tell me stories about what they've been doing, and a lot of the stuff they've been doing is the same stuff they were doing 6 months ago. And I've got all these stories, all these experiences to share. It definitely makes me think that I'm definitely living my life, more than some people are. Some people are just kind of stuck in the rut and doing the 9-to-5 rat race, where I'm lucky and definitely blessed to be doing what I'm doing. It's hard to think 10 years from now. Hopefully I'll still be doing the same thing, just on a farther advanced scale maybe. The more people that follow my videos, the more connections you make, the more people you meet. You never know what'll happen and how it'll progress. So I don't really know where I'll be in 10 years. Hopefully I'm still doing this on some sort of level. I don't really know. It's a tough question. I don't really have a 10-year plan or a 5-year plan. It's more of a day-to-day plan. You know, just continually get up and just keep doing it. You know, one day when I'm gone, then there will be an unlimited amount of videos online. So I guess now, through the beauty of the internet, things just live on forever. I don't know. I don't know how I want to be remembered. I guess as someone who just kind of threw caution to the wind and just went out and did his own thing and lived his own life. I don't ever see a point where I'm going to stop. As long as the video technology is out there and progresses, and there's always something to see. The beauty of what I do is there's always something to see. There's always somewhere to go. You know, every city has something new, every state has something new, every country has something new. It's just unlimited content forever for the rest of your life. As long as people keep watching, then I'll keep making videos.